Alright, what's poppin', people? Welcome in. This is BigBearForNation.com. Back here with another video. We have analytics predictions. This is where I dive deeper into each matchup. We're going to be talking about the over-under. We're going to be getting to that as well. Final scores and picks against the spread. So, like I said, if you guys haven't joined us already, make sure you guys come and go ahead and do that. These are really fun to predict. Do this every single Wednesday and Thursday. If you guys haven't checked out our weekly pick show that we uploaded yesterday, make sure you guys do go ahead and check those out. That was a lot of fun. So make sure you guys go check it out, see what we got. And in this video, we break down everything that I am expecting to see in each matchup, what I'm expecting for both teams. So this week's a little bit easier because you have a business type approach and you guys are gonna hear me that throughout the video today. You guys are probably gonna hear me say a whole bunch of business stuff because that's what we are now. When we're just going into the playoffs wise, that's basically just what we're kind of expecting here, especially with teams trying to lock in for the playoffs, trying to get the lock-in position already. I think we just more as the weeks come by. I think we have to keep talking about the playoff scenario. So I think we are going to get into a lot of that today. So like I said, if you guys haven't already, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. Really appreciate everybody's support. Join the Discord. A link to that's also in the description. Very helps out with the channel and the show. All right, let's go ahead and get into my overall picks and spread records. My regular picks record is 116-50 right now. I'm completely dominating right now this year, and like I said, I'm trying to break under 100 losses. Right now, I'm on pace to break 80. So yeah, that's really phenomenal for me. So let's hope that I can keep that up. And I'm going 10-4 last week. I'll take it because I think I said last week. Last week was either a make or break week. So the fact that I actually went 10-4 on that is actually pretty impressive. So I'll take the 10-4. Spread picks record, I went 9-5. I ended up choosing the same thing as I did, except for one of the games. I forgot what game it was, but I think I took the underdog to win it, and I got it wrong. But anyway, I went 9-5 on that. Current record on the year is 91-74 on that. So yeah, let's see if we can do a little bit better there. Start piling up some wins there. Like I said, I'm like from that challenge. I'm not trying to break under 100 because this is my first year doing the spread picks record. Now next year I'll probably expect myself to do a little bit better, but this year we're not really going to challenge ourselves. What I'm really challenging myself is the regular picks record. So that's just kind of where I'm challenging myself right now to get better and better every single year. And right now we're actually dominated because I think at this time last year I was at like 60 something, 62, 63, so losses. So I'm very pleased myself that I'm doing at least like double digit games better than what I was doing last year. But we have to keep this up. There's more games to come, so we have to keep these wins coming. So can't feel comfortable right now. Yes, we're at week 12, but we can't feel comfortable. We have to keep moving the sticks, and yeah, so we just have to keep pushing. So with that all being said, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the standings here a little bit, but I'll let you guys get into this. We got the weekly awards. We got the best, the worst, the trickiest, the 1 point and ass beating of the week. We do this every single week. We give awards to the games that I feel like that deserves these awards. These awards are actually pretty tricky because there was a lot of good games this week. So just let you guys know the awards was kind of hard to pick this week, but you guys will see eventually. We get throughout the video here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the standings now. I am going to update this probably next week. I don't have enough time, plus I'm posting this a little bit late this week, but yeah, those are the standings going to the week. The Chiefs, they still managed to hang on to the lead even though losing last week. Steelers looking pretty impressive right there in third place. Chargers are moving up. Ravens slightly moving down, but not really shocked there. Denver holds that last spot in the playoffs right now. Miami's coming up a little bit. Miami trying to look due for that last playoff push. Indianapolis has been staying strong, so we'll see what happens. Still plenty of football left to be played, but that's the AFC standings going into week 12. Now we take a look at the NFC, kind of the same story here. Detroit and the Eagles look good right now. Them two are 1-2. Cardinals look impressive right now. They're some very impressive standing at that 3 spot. Atlanta dipped down after that embarrassing performance. Minnesota back in 5th. Washington dives down to 7th. We'll see how they do, but my Rams come up to 8th place, and like I said, my Rams need another surgical run to make the playoffs. Seattle, San Francisco continues to drop. Tampa Bay continues to drop. So yeah, we'll see what happens. See what happens the next couple of weeks. Like I said, still plenty of football left to be played. So let's see how these teams come out here and perform. But yeah, there's your division standings going into this week. All right, let's take a look at this week bye week's team. We actually have a shitload of teams here on bye week. We have Atlanta, Buffalo, Cincinnati, Jacksonville, New Orleans, and the Jets. So let's talk about this. Atlanta, I think this is the perfect time to have a bye. You just got your asses kicked at Denver last week. Maybe you go to the bye, think about something, because if Tampa Bay wins this week, then the pressure's right back on you to respond. So I think this is a good time for Atlanta to have their bye week. Buffalo, not so much, because they were in the groove. They just beat the last undefeated team in football. So maybe this is a bad time for the Bills to have a bye week. Sure, they're gonna get some guys back, but this team was on a roll. So let's see if that stops coming out the bye. We'll see. But normally when teams are on a roll, you want to keep them playing. But they have a bye week, so let's see if that affects them or not. Cincy could use a bye week right now. They're not really sitting in a good spot to make the playoffs right now, but they still have a shot. They have a shot. It's less likely, but they still have a shot to make it. So we'll see what the Bengals decide to do during the bye week. Jags, like I said, all bye week is necessary for the Jags. The Jags are struggling right now as a team, so obviously the bye will never hurt for them. Same thing with the Saints. Even though the Saints are winning football games now, I think they won 2 in a row prior to this. So maybe the Saints got something going before the bye. So we'll see what they come up with. But I think it's a little bit too late. And then the Jets. Like I said, bye week never helps. Never disappoints for them. Having a disappointing season themselves, playoff picture is kind of out of the range now. So let's see what they plan to do coming out the bye. And yeah, so everybody enjoy your bye, and then we'll see you guys next week. So enjoy your bye, take it easy this week. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into those picks, score predictions, pick against the spread, and the over and the under. So let's go ahead and dive into it. All right, so kicking things off, Thursday Night Football, we have the Steelers at the Browns. I heard, if you guys didn't hear, the weather conditions is going to be absolutely horrible in this game. I think it's going to be sleeting, rain, and there's a possibility of snow, I heard. And now I'm not expecting it to snow, but it says it's a possibility. Me looking at this game, I'm not really feeling too much in this game. I'm not experiencing a lot of offense in this game. Sure, both teams have some offensive pop in there, but I'm just not really feeling. This game doesn't really feel like the offensive game that you would. In matter of fact, this award might come back to bite me here, but just because of the weather conditions, and I just didn't know what to really expect from this game. Offensively, I think I have to call this the worst game of the week, and it's kind of odd because like I said, the Steelers are playing really well right now. Defensively, offensively, they're playing really well. I like the way how the Steelers have been made defensively. Meanwhile, for the Browns are coming out with a pretty disappointing performance against the Saints. I picked them to win. I thought they have a lot of upside that week, and they completely disappointed me. But overall in this matchup, I don't see both offenses really having a lot of success here. Both defenses are really good. Steelers, a lot of guys could be under pressure in this game. Russell Wilson could be under pressure. Same thing with Jimmy Swiston. He could be under pressure in this game. Obviously, I think George Pickens is going to be more limited in this game. So same thing with the Browns receivers. I'm expecting them to get a little bit limited. And then the running, I think this game is going to come down to who runs the ball better, because I can sleep. And it's weird weather conditions, so I think that's going to affect it. Plus, it's really cold. So I think this game is going to come down to what team can get the ball more, what team can get the ball down the field a little bit more. And if both teams are able to do that, that's going to be very crucial. make extra field goals. Field goals are going to be massive in this game. Like I said, weather conditions. Like I said, I'm not expecting a lot of teams to get into the end zone, but whoever can get the ball, force some couple turnovers, get down the field, and have themselves a chance to score. I think that's going to be the team coming up on top. In that place, I'm taking the Steelers on that case. I think the Steelers have been playing really well defensively. I think they can cause more turnovers, which their defenses had been. Love the way how the Browns defense has been these last couple weeks, except for last week. I'm gonna roll with the Steelers on this one, 19-16, kind of a low scoring game here. I forgot to take the. Oh, that says over. Shit. Okay, my bad. I'm at to take the. I'm at to take the under 36.5 because I don't think that's. Cause I had it at. Cause I had the score from the freaking thing though, so. Sorry guys about that, but like I said, overall I'm gonna have the under in this game, 36.5. I think this game is kind of gonna be a slow fast. But like I said, whoever can get the ball down the field more is gonna win this football game, and in my opinion, that's gonna be the Pittsburgh Steelers. So, got the Steelers here 19-16. Got the Steelers here in the defensive war on Thursday Night Football. All right, let's go to the next game here. We got the Vikings taking on against the Chicago Bears. Vikings coming off another sloppy win themselves. You know, offensively they didn't look the best. They still look sloppy, but defensively does deserve a lot of credit for the Vikings. Vikings defense was absolutely fantastic last week. For the Bears, another heartbreaking loss. You know, the Bears, they coming off that emotional loss at Washington. Remember that Hail Mary? And then they lost in another dramatic fashion, losing on a game block field goal. Losing on a game block field goal. So the Bears really have some emotional losses this year. Looking at the game here, I'm not really expecting the Bears offense to do too much. We saw the Vikings defense. Vikings defense was absolutely fantastic last week, and if they can do exactly what they did in their last matchup, they should be able to take care of the Bears. Now, the Bears have not been a good offensive team in recent weeks. Normally, the Bears offense does click at home, and this is in Chicago, so maybe there's some optimism there for the Bears, but I'm not really counting on it. I don't think Minnesota is going to score that much again, so that's why I'm only going to give them 23 points in this one. I don't think they will score. They will score, but I don't think they're going to score as much. But I trust Minnesota's offense. I think Justin Jefferson is probably inclined to have a big day here. Same thing with T.J. Hawkinson. I think he's going to have a back-to-back day. Sam Darnold, he might force himself in mistakes. Like this Chicago's defense is not bad. Their pass defense is not bad, and their rush defense is not that bad. So maybe there's some optimism there for the Bears too. But here's my thing with the Bears: can Caleb Williams move the ball consistently down the field on this blind Forest defense? I don't think he's going to do that. The Bears have been really disappointing offensively. They have so much talent on that end under the ball, and they're just not using it properly. So therefore, I think Brian Flores takes advantage of this offense. So I'm gonna take the Vikings on this one, 23-14. I'm feeling good about the under in this one, 39.5. That I think that just seems too high, especially with both of these two offenses not playing as good as they once were. And I'm definitely taking the Vikings minus 3.5. That's too low of a spread for me to take the Bears. So I'm feeling Minnesota in this one, but there could be some optimism that the Bears could win this. It's in Chicago. Bears normally play their best game in Chicago, but I'm not really going to count on it. So I got the Vikings. But this is the business trip for the Vikings. Go in here, get your job done. Like I said, you guys are probably going to hear me 20 million times saying the business trip, but that's just what this is. It's what this week is all about. Teams manhandling their business, and that's what the Vikings do. Go in here, take care of business, beat the Bears, and move on. But I'm not gonna really call this one a business because the Bears actually do have a slim shot to make the playoffs, but it's not looking good. But they have a chance. For Vikings, like I said, business trip. Vikings should be able to come up on top in this one, and we'll see what happens. But I'm kind of expecting Minnesota to win. All right, next up we got the Detroit Lions taking on against the Indianapolis Colts. The Lions look like the best team in football right now. I've been saying this for like the last 3 or 4 weeks. This team looks like the best team in football. This team looks like nobody's ever gonna stop them. Meanwhile, for the Colts, I can see the Colts competing in this game, and I believe they will. The Colts play a lot better at home than they do on the road. I mean, and that's just a fact. Anthony Richardson could get going here if he does. That's gonna be very exciting to see. But the question is, can he get going against this Detroit defense? This Detroit defense has been great. Even without Aiden Hutchinson, this team, this defense has been rocking on all cylinders, forcing turnovers like it's nothing. Offense is like the offense. I think Detroit Lions. I think they're the best offensive team in football. So even this game is in Indianapolis, and I do think that will help the Colts. That's why I said I got the Colts scoring 20 points. I think Jonathan Taylor's gonna have a big night. I think Anthony Richardson's gonna move the football. I think them two are gonna run the football all over the place, and I think Josh Downs gets into the end zone in this game. So in my prediction, I'm expecting this game to be kind of close, kind of interesting here. But I'm gonna give the slides to the Lions. I think they get it done here in Indianapolis. Like I said, Indy will help. Playing this game, being in Indy, will help the Colts out, and that's why I do have them competing. They will score 20 points. Like I said, this team plays a lot better at home than they do on the road. But I can't pick against the Detroit Lions right now. I don't think anybody can. This team looks phenomenal right now on both sides of the ball. Offensively, it looked like nobody can stop them. Defense been playing great. So I kind of have a shootout here, 34-20. Feeling good about that. Over 49.5. I'm definitely taking the over. I'm expecting plenty of offense to cover that, and I'm gonna take Detroit -7. It's kind of unfortunate for Indy though. They just gotta play against Detroit. You know what I mean? It's just unfortunate. So I'm gonna take Detroit -7. Jared Goff should have another big night. Gales, Montgomery, they should be able to do well against his defense. St. Brown, you just name it. Anyway, I know St. Laporte is kind of questionable, but I'm not really digging it that way. So I'm gonna take the Lions here, and pretty good offensive showing from both teams. All right, next up we got the New England Patriots taking on against the Miami Dolphins. Patriots, I don't know what's going on with the Patriots. Like, a lot of people say that the Patriots are bad, and I'm honestly, I'm with you on that. The Patriots are bad, but there's one positive thing you can say about the Patriots. The Patriots fight in every single game that they play. Yes, this team might be bad, but if you don't show up, this team will put on a good, decent fight, and that's kind of what I have going on here. That's why I'm taking it with the points. I'm taking New England with the points. I mean, I think plus 7.5. I think is a little bit too much on Miami, even though this game is in Miami, and the Dolphins clearly have the advantage here. But yeah, I'm gonna take the Patriots. Take the Patriots with the points. I'm feeling pretty good about that, honestly. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, their defense is playing really well as a whole right now, and if you can just limit Drake May, even though Drake May has been pretty decent these last couple weeks. So if for Miami, if you can limit Drake May, you can win this game, obviously, because you have the offense to tear New England apart defensively. Obviously, I think the Patriots defense is going to have a hard task here playing against that Miami offense and Miami. Like I said, I do think Miami overall is one of the better offensive teams in football when they're fully healthy. The reason why they're so low right now is because they haven't been healthy, but I do think this offense is one of the league's most dynamic teams when it comes down to them being completely healthy. But I got the Miami Dolphins winning here. I think a lot of people get active on the passing game. It's going to be very fun to watch this Miami offense from here throughout, especially if they can stay healthy. But I do think the Patriots will put up a good fight though, like they always do. But I haven't fallen short. I got Miami winning this one 27-20. Kind of expecting a good one here. New England, like I said, New England, they will fight, they will keep pace, but I don't see them winning. I'm taking the over 46.5. Definitely, like I said, I'm expecting both teams to have good moments offensively. I do think both teams should be able to move the ball in both defenses, but I'm gonna get the slides to Miami. Like I said, this is kind of a business game for Miami. Go home, take care of your home field, beat the Patriots. The Dolphins still have a chance to make the playoffs here. So you know me. It's about once you get to 7, 7 losses, the pressure's on you. So Miami, go in here, get the job done, beat Miami, and move on. That's just kind of your task here. So I'm a trust the Dolphins to get that done, and but I'm definitely taking New England with the points though. But I can see Miami covering that as well. All right, next up we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers playing against the New York Giants. Tampa Bay, coming off of their bye week, they are getting Mike Evans back, so that's pretty crucial for them. Even look at the New York Giants. They're switching the quarterback. Tommy DeVito is now starting this game for the New York Giants, and that's going to be very interesting. It's going to be very interesting to find this team, at home. at home playing against Tommy DeVito, a new quarterback in town from the Giants. Daniel Jones is now being benched, so we'll see what happens, man. We will see what happens. 2-8 Giants, 4-6. Here's the thing about Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay needs to win this game. They have to win this game. Like I said, Mike Evans, I think he's gonna have a great night coming off. Now, am I expecting him to play 100% of the snaps? No, but am I expecting him to play a good bit? Yes, to the point that I think Tampa Bay will walk away with a win. Yes, and I'm comfortable saying this too. Even if Tampa Bay doesn't have Mike Evans, I think they still have enough firepower to get under the belt and win this game, because Tampa Bay, they always find ways to compete. What they fought hard against San Francisco, they fought hard with a lot of good teams. So I think if you go in here, take care of business. And like I said, Tampa Bay has a good schedule here throughout. So if they go ahead and take care of business here, they could be on playoff watch for them. So let's see if the Buccaneers can take care of business here. This is their time to really shine. Let's see if they take advantage of it. And my score, I haven't taken advantage of it here. I got the Buccaneers winning 30-18. Tommy DeVito in this in this Giants offense, they will put up points, but I don't think it will be enough. Even the reason I got them putting up points because Tampa Bay's defense is not the best. So I do think the Giants at times will get down the field and score, but I'm just not expecting it as much as the Bucs are going to do it. And I think Baker Mayfield's also going to have a pretty good performance in this one. So I'll take the Buccaneers 30-28, Bucs -6, over 41.5. I think all those are pretty easy. But I got the Buccaneers taking business here in New York. All right, next we got the Cowboys taking on against the Washington Commanders. Dallas looks like a dumpster fire right now. They did not look good on any side of the football, offensively, defensively. They don't look good anywhere. Meanwhile, for the Commanders, they're coming out. They're on a 2-game losing streak now. I think I don't know why, but fans are getting nervous on the Washington Commanders. I'm not really getting nervous with them yet. I think we have to wait to see. I think this is the perfect matchup here for Washington to get back on track. Playing against Dallas. Dallas is not good in general. 2, you should be able to run the ball. Brenton Robinson should be able to run the ball all over the place on this defense. I'm feeling pretty confident about that. 3, Jaden Daniels should get going in this game. Like I said, Dallas defense is rough, so even in the passing game, they've been decent at times. They've been struggling, so Jaden Daniels should be able to get the ball down the field. Terry McLaurin should have a way better night than last week. So I think all signs are just pointing towards the Commanders here, and this wasn't my ass beating of the week. Honestly, it was close, but it just didn't get there. I got the Commanders winning 31-14, and so normally Dallas beats them in these situations, but nah, I'm not going to dig it. I think Washington's just been the better team overall. I'm not really expecting Cooper Rush to do too much in this game. The Commanders' defense has been really impressive so far, so just that by itself, I'm not expecting Dallas to really do too much here offensively. To me, even the count on people, Jake Ferguson, he could be questionable for this game. We don't know, but that's not going to change my decision either or. I'm still taking the Commanders here in a pretty convincing bounce back win, 31-14. Should be able to take care of business. Like I said, this is a business game for Washington, for sure. I'm going to take Washington -10. That could be a little bit risky because the line is just so big. Dallas performs pretty well in these situations. But I'm not trusting the Dallas offense at all. I don't think they get anything done. I'm going to take the over 45.5. I feel pretty good about that. And like I said, for the Commanders, they have to bounce back at some point. This is the perfect matchup to do it. Your offense should be able to get back to clicking as it was, because, like I said, this Dallas defense is terrible. So Washington should be able to come into this game, take care of all mental frustrations, and get back on the winning ways. Like I said, Washington's schedule next 3 games, I'm expecting to be wins. So we'll see how that turns out for them. Let's see if they can take advantage of all 3 of those games that they should win. But even though Washington has lost 2 in a row, I do expect them to get back on track here. Alright, next we have the Kansas City Chiefs taking on against the Carolina Panthers. Chiefs lost a football game for the first time since last Christmas, I believe, and that's a pretty unbelievable streak there, if I can't say. So I'll give you guys credit there. Even though I don't like you at all, but I'll give you a lot of credit there. You held your own until that point. That was pretty impressive. Meanwhile, look at the Panthers. The Panthers come off a bye, currently on a 2-game winning streak. Currently beat some teams I wasn't expecting them to beat. So I could see them winning those games, but I just didn't expect them to happen. So we're looking at the Chiefs. I'm just expecting this game to be like all about Kansas City and their bounce back. And I kind of feel bad here for Carolina because just the one thing, this is my ass beating of the week. If anyone's gonna wonder, just in case anybody was wondering why the Commanders wasn't the ass beating of the week. So yeah, this is going to be my ass beating of the week this week. I just have a fear that Kansas City is going to be pissed off in this game, and they're going to take all their physical and mental frustrations, and they're going to take it on Carolina, which is unfortunate for Carolina because one, Carolina does not deserve this, but I'm just not expecting Carolina. I'm not expecting Bryce Young to play well. I'm not expecting Cooper Hubbard to play well. I'm not really expecting anybody to play well for Carolina. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, I do think the Chiefs coming off their last loss, I am kind of expecting them to play like the Kansas City Chiefs, like the pissed off version of the Kansas City Chiefs. I think the Chiefs are going to be damn near pissed about their last loss against the Bills. They're going to come into this game, take all their physical and mental frustrations on Carolina. And on Carolina, I'm sorry, it's just unfortunate for you guys that you guys will be playing against an angry, pissed off Chiefs team. And especially because normally when the Chiefs lose, it's never fun for their opponent after coming off of a loss. So yeah, I'm gonna take the Chiefs on this one, 34-13. Like I said, sorry Carolina, but I think this game's just all about the Chiefs and them bouncing back. Isaiah Pacheco is probably gonna be back with this game as well, so that doesn't really help out Carolina. Even if they do have him or a Kareem Hunt, they should be able to run all over the Chiefs. Travis Kelce having a big night. Patrick Mahomes is a pretty safe play this week. So, yeah, I think just all signals point toward the Chiefs getting mad and furious, coming back with a dominating performance of their own, and I just think that they get it done here. Chiefs minus 10.5. That could be a little risky, but I think I'm leaning towards the Chiefs. Like I said, this is a total bounce back performance here. Kind of expecting here for the Chiefs, and 42.5. I'm pretty sure that's going to go over. Wouldn't be surprised. Actually, I would be surprised if that was under the line, but like I said, this is just a Kansas City bounce back game. They should take all the physical and mental frustrations of Carolina. And Carolina, I'm sorry, but it just is what it is. But let me tell you, if the Chiefs somehow lose this game, it will be one of the most embarrassing things to ever happen in sports. But I just don't think it'll happen. She should be able to dominate this one. All right, next we got the Tennessee Titans taking on against the Houston Texans. Tennessee probably deserved to win their last game. To be completely honest, they played pretty well against a good football team. We will look at the Texans. They went into Dallas and kicked the shit out of them, like I predicted. The Texans look really good right now. Nico Collins look really good now. I am going to take the Texans to win this one, 27-12, because the Texans defense is getting better. As healthy as they get, the better they're going to get. So, especially with this game being played in Houston, I don't think that's really going to help out the Titans here too much at all. So I do have the Texans scoring 30. Now I can easily score to see. I was going to predict the Texans to score like 34, 35 points. But I didn't because I'm respecting this Tennessee defense. I think that's one thing that this Tennessee defense really excels at is the defensive end of the ball. So I think they will. Plus, C.J. Stroud is not playing at his best. So I can see Tennessee defense maybe going in there and making some life struggling out of him for the first couple moments. But I don't think that's going to last. I think Houston's the better team. They have more star power on that offense. Obviously, defense is playing a lot better. So I think all signs are here pointing towards Houston. This is a business type of game for Houston. They have to win this game, get some more separation in the division, feel good about yourselves, probably feeling about the rest of the season on forward. So, and I do think Will Levis is going to turn over the ball a good amount of times in this game. Let's see, Houston's defense has been very impressive over the last couple weeks. So, I'm gonna take Houston to win. Taking Houston 27-12. I'm gonna take Houston minus 7.5. Feel good about that, and I'm taking the over, of course, 45.5. I think that feels a little bit low, so I'm kind of expecting the Texans to win this one. Could this game be close? Maybe, because like I said, the Tennessee, what they excel is at the defensive end of the ball. So I can see it, but I'm not really going to predict it that much. So we're gonna go 27-12 here. Texans should be able to win this one on all cylinders. So give me Houston this one as they continue to get ready for playoff football. All right, next up we got the Broncos taking on against the Las Vegas Raiders. Man, how do I start about this? Obviously, Denver coming off one of the better performances I think I've ever seen from them this season, shellacking the Falcons. they looked really good while doing that, and that's not even close. Like the Broncos, they just look completely dominant from start to finish. You look at the Raiders. The Raiders still look a little bit sloppy. I know coming off of a tough loss against the Dolphins, but still they looked pretty sloppy while doing that. Didn't really like their performance overall. But maybe look at this Broncos team. The Broncos team, this team has been hot. Like ever since their slow start to the season, this team has been dominating. And one thing that you can say about Denver is that they're 10 times better than Vegas. Like no matter what you think Vegas is going to do, no matter if they run the football, pass the football, Gardner Minshew keeps it doesn't matter. I think Denver's defense is really going to have a big game in this one. Like whatever I think the Raiders are going to try to throw out, the Broncos are automatically going to have an answer for it right away. So, and I just think Broncos are just a better team here. Now I'm only taking them 21-15. I do think the Broncos offense does get exposed a little bit. I don't know it shouldn't, but I kind of expect it should to be a little bit. But division rival game, I think this one's gonna be close for absolutely no reason. But at the end of the day, the better team is going to win here, and that's the Denver Broncos. Like I said, the Broncos still have the chance to make the playoffs. This is kind of like a business trip for them in Vegas. They should be able to go in here, get the job done, move on to the next one. Taking Denver -6, I think that's a little bit too small. Maybe if we're talking about 8 or 9, maybe go Vegas there. But nah, I think that's a little bit too small. 6, I'll take Denver. And I'm going to take the under 21.5. I'm not really feeling too comfortable about that. I don't know. I think that one seems a little bit risky in my opinion. Denver, Bo Nix has been playing the hell of his mind, man. Bo Nix has been playing great. Colton Sutton's been playing great. Williams is playing great. Everybody's playing great for Denver right now on the offensive side of the ball. But like I said, this is kind of a business trip here for the Broncos. Still can make the playoffs inside the playoff picture right now, trying to keep that last spot. So with this win over the Raiders will be very crucial, and I do think they're going to get it done here in Vegas. All right, next up we got the Niners taking on against the Green Bay Packers, and this is another interesting game here. San Francisco, we don't know the status of Brock Purdy. I haven't checked the last time, but maybe he does misses this game. I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll count on it. Maybe we'll look at the Packers. Packers coming off a pretty emotional win against the Bears, a blocked field goal. That was pretty impressive. Packers do play a lot better here at Lambeau Field than they do on the road. And it's the same thing for the Niners, as I'm going to say here, that Niners play a lot better than San Francisco do on the road. But we're going to call this my trickiest game of the week because for a second, I thought this game could go either way, if I'm being completely honest with you. But at the end of the day, I'm going to go with the Packers to win this one 24-21. And here's the reason I'm going to go with this. I trust the Packers as a team right now. I trust them more than San Francisco. I think this team's going to get down the field more than San Francisco. And I do think this team is going to have more scoring opportunities than the San Francisco 49ers. Plus, the Packers defense has been playing really well. And the Niners as a team is looked a little bit suspicious. Like, when do we see the Niners 5-5 in week 12? We're not really too familiar with that. So I think that's a little bit concerning for where San Francisco currently is at right now. So I know situational football says go with the Niners because the Niners need to win this game to keep up with Arizona in the division. But I just don't see it, man. The injuries that they're dealing with right now, George Kittle questionable, Brock Purdy questionable for this game. We don't know the status of those players. I feel good about the Packers at home. The Packers don't, like I said, the Packers normally do play better at home than they do on the road. I think that's a big part with it. So I'm going to lean towards the Packers to get the job done here. Hopefully they do lose, honestly, but I don't think it's going to happen. 24-21. I'm not expecting a lot of scoring here. I think both defenses will have good moments that at the point that both offenses can't score for a certain stretch. But at the end of the day, I'm going to go with the Packers to get the job done here. I'm going to take Green Bay -2. I feel pretty good about that. I'm going to take the under 45.5. I don't know why, but that feels like it's just too many points in this one. Now, the running game is also very crucial in this game. San Francisco has been not really too decent at running against the run. So I do think that Josh Jacobs will have some potential there. Maybe Christian McCaffrey really gets going in this game, but I'm not counting on it. I do think the Niners will score at some point, but this was actually one of the more trickier games of the week. Actually, this was my trickiest game of the week. So at the end of the day, I'm going to go with the Packers. I trust them at Lambeau. If this game is in San Francisco, I'd probably go with the Niners. But it's in Green Bay. I'm edging them out 24-21. And I'm just kind of expecting a good one here from Green Bay. All right, next we have the Cardinals taking on against the Seattle Seahawks. Man, this is hard. And we're talking about good games here. Oh yeah, this is exactly what this is. This is a treat for a good game. So look at this game in general, man. Like I said, it's one of the hardest games to pick of the week. This was going to be my trickiest game of the week, but look at this game. Seattle, very impressive win against the Niners in San Francisco last week. That was impressive. Even for the Cardinals coming off a bye, but even though this team is coming off a bye, they're still playing really good football right now. That defense has been out of its mind. Offensively, they looked really good. Scrambling, Kyler Murray, James Conner, they all looked fantastic. Like I said, I give a lot of praise to that defense. I'm doing once again. The defense definitely deserves a lot of credit. That defense is playing out of its mind right now, so very impressed with the Arizona Cardinals' performance has been in recent weeks for them. I think, remember, this team was inconsistent going into the year, and I think this team's starting to find something consistent to get down all around to build around their football culture. So glad what the Arizona Cardinals has been able to do these last couple weeks. But you know what? This game is so tight that this is my 1 point game of the week. It's my 1 point game of the week. I'm feeling absolutely fantastic about this matchup. And I wasn't getting ready to go Seattle because normally when I struggle between these two teams, I'll go with the home team in this situation. But I trust the Cardinals. I trust the Cardinals defense to get it done here. The Cardinals, like I said, Cardinals defense has been playing their asses off these last couple weeks. And if they can just limit Seattle, which I do think they will do, even though I do think Geno Smith is going to have a better night than he did last week, and he's going to go like a touchdown. And I do think DK Metcalf, I really do think that Seattle offense is going to be able to move the ball down the field a little bit. But I like the Cardinals as one. I like the Cardinals rushing attack with Kyler Murray, James Conner. I think Jamar Harrison Jr. He's really nice. I really love watching him play. I think he's going to get active, and I really like Trey McBride in this game. I think he's going to get going a little bit. And if both teams are going to score, but I think I trust the Cardinals defense to get another stop. Even though the Seahawks defense looked pretty good against the Niners last week. The Cardinals have been playing at a level. Plus, the Cardinals definitely have a rest advantage here because, like I said, they're coming off of a bye week here. So I'm going to lean towards the Cardinals as one. I got 24-23, 1 point game of the week, like I said recently. This should be another fun one. Arizona -1. I'm taking over 47.5. I know I have it at 47 points as my final score, but I have to choose. I'm gonna lean towards the over in this one. Like I said, this is going to be a very good game. Playing in Seattle, I can definitely see the Seahawks winning it, but I'm gonna give the slight edge. To the Cardinals. I think they barely edge it out. Get the job done here. Expand the now. Situational football does say Seattle because they need this one more, but I'm gonna go with the Cardinals. I like the Cardinals a lot. I think they get the job done here on the road, and I just been so pleased at how the Cardinals been performing recently that I'll just take them for the win. But this should be absolutely a fantastic game. All right, and now let's get to Sunday Night Football here, where we have my Eagles. Well, no. Let me take that back. Sorry. Now we have Sunday Night Football, where we have the Eagles taking on against my Los Angeles Rams. This one was actually this one was very difficult to choose between these two. I think both of the two teams have a lot of upside with each other. But if you're asking me, Philadelphia, they've been playing like one of the best teams in football as of late. They have a 16 winning streak going into this game. Their defense has absolutely looked fantastic. The Eagles' defense has been all over the place the last couple of weeks. Meanwhile, look at the Rams. The Rams we're very questionable. At certain times, our offense can get going, but at times, our offense can't get going. Our defense has been playing the hell out of our minds. Our defense has been absolutely fantastic. I think it's been this year over the course of now. At the beginning of the season, where was our defense good? Absolutely not. It was one of the worst in football. Now I think we're really starting to get together now, and the Rams defense is starting to look really good now. But if you're asking me, I think this game is going to come down to which team out executes each other on the offensive end. And I know Sean McVay is probably the better coach in this scenario, but I'm gonna give the sliders to the Eagles here. Unfortunately, I do think they get the job done here on the road. It's going to be a tight one for sure. I do think the Rams are going to fight because the Rams are known to not really getting blown out, and I just kind of see what this is going to be as. But if you're asking me, unfortunately, I gotta go with the Eagles because I trust them to get another stop because we've seen the Rams against the Dolphins. I believe the Rams are still one of the better offensive teams in football, but they don't click as much as I think Philadelphia does click on both sides of the ball. I do think both defenses are going to have a lot of good moments, and I think both offenses are going to have a lot of good moments. But at the end of the day, I trust the Eagles offense more to get the ball down the field a little bit more consistently than my Rams. It's unfortunate I have to say this, but I Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Scott. I just think that's a little too much for the Rams to guard. And I think the Rams are gonna be fine. I think Connor Williams is gonna have a bounce back. I think he gets in the end zone this week. I like Cooper Kupp and I like Puka Nacua. I think they're all gonna have great nights. But by the end of the day, I just gotta go with the Eagles here, man. I trust their defense to make that last second stop for them to get the job done here in Los Angeles. It's unfortunate I have to say this, but it is what it is. Hopefully I'm wrong, but I just gotta go with the Eagles in this one. And I could be live for this game, so make sure you guys check out the channel. I'm either gonna be live for this game or the Sunday night, or the Monday Night Football game. I couldn't go live on Thursday night, even though that was our weekly winner, because I wasn't gonna be home at this time. So just FYI there, but unfortunately, I think this one's gonna be a great game. It's gonna be close, but I think the Eagles barely edge out LA, and I hope I'm wrong. Alright, anything's off. We have the Monday Night Football. We got the Ravens at the Chargers, and I forgot to put this on here, so I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway, or I'm going to be called illegal for it. Make sure, if you guys haven't checked out our weekly pick show, make sure you guys go check those out. Those, me and some subscribers, we have a lot of fun doing that every single week. Make sure you guys go ahead and check those out. It's a lot of fun. NBA Weekly Pick Show. Check that out. It's gonna be a fun one there. But anyway, back to the game here. I think this one's gonna be a great game. And I'm gonna say I do think this is ultimately gonna be my best game of the week, as you guys saw right there. This game is absolutely gonna be fantastic. I think this game is really gonna come down to which team does move the ball down the field a little bit. So here's the difference in this game. Chargers offense, very good. Baltimore's offense, very talented. Baltimore's defense could be good, but questionable. Chargers defense, fantastic. And when you look at both sides of the ball, I like the Chargers the way they have been moving the football recently. If the Chargers couldn't move the football, I would probably go the Ravens in this game, because when you're playing against Baltimore, you're gonna have to be able to move the football, and you're gonna have to be able to you really have to stick with them offensively if you want to beat the Ravens. And this pick was kind of tricky. Like, I was trying to go Baltimore because Baltimore needs this win, especially if Pittsburgh wins this week, which I am predicting. Baltimore needs this win to hang around with Pittsburgh, because if you fall like maybe 2.5 games by Pittsburgh, you're really gonna have to depend on other teams like losing. And the Chargers can afford a loss here, because the Chargers, they're probably, like I said, I'm not gonna say they catch up to Kansas City. I don't think they will. It's a possibility, but I don't think they will. So best they can do is wild card, and they're looking pretty good right now in the playoff picture. So the Chargers can't afford a loss here, but the only reason I'm going to go with the Chargers here is because I just trust them defensively. I trust their defensive unit better to get that last minute stop. Meanwhile, Lamar Jackson, he's playing like a MVP caliber player. Derrick Henry, those two are going to have to, you always have a hard time playing against them two elite running backs, it seems like. But if the Chargers can just if they could just limit Lamar Jackson, I feel pretty good about this one. Chargers defense has been one of the best units in football. The Ravens defense has been better over the course of a couple weeks, but it's still not good. The secondary can still give up a lot of big plays. So even at times, you would think you go Baltimore, because Baltimore needs to win badly, but I'm going to lean towards the Chargers in this one. I'm going to bold up. I'm going to take them 30-28, kind of expecting a lot of offense here. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a shootout. It's a battle between the Hardballs, which is pretty exciting. When you have two young brothers go at it, it's always a fun showing. But at the end of the day, I'm going to lean towards the Chargers to get it done here 30-28. Like I said, very high. Very high explosive game here, but I'm barely going to edge out with LA. Justin Herbert looks like one of the better quarterbacks in football. I think he better to Blake McConkey looks really good. Just love the way how the Chargers have been using their receivers and getting the ball down the field. It's actually been impressive, because going to the year, I thought the Chargers were not going to be able to do that, and they did. So that's pretty impressive there. Defense, like I said, defense, I already praised the defense enough. I think they're one of the better defensive units in football. So I just think that's the thing. I think this is another game for Baltimore. Fortunately, that this game's going to go down to defense, and I think the Chargers are going to win it. So I'm going to take the Chargers +3, of course. Like I said, when you pick an underdog, When you pick the underdog to win, you have to if you pick the Chargers to win and they're underdogs, you have to take them because that's what you picked. If you pick the favorite, it's something else. You could pick the plus if you want to in that scenario. But when you pick the underdog to win, you have to take it with the plus points. And I'm definitely taking the over 50. Are you kidding me? I think that's just a little bit too low itself. To have this game. This game is going to be a volcanic eruption offensively. I think both offenses are going to have a lot of good moments, but I think this game is going to be tight and it's going to come down to one defensive stop, and I trust the Chargers more. So, man, the battle between the Harbaughs, the brothers, this is going to be very entertaining game to watch. I could be live for this game, or I could be live for the Rams game this week, so make sure you guys come stay tuned for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. Whatever game that we record this week is going to be a lot of fun between there and that, but I'm going to lean towards the Chargers to get it done here in a nail-biter, but definitely should be a fun one. Alright, so if you guys haven't already, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like, subscribe button. We do have some more couple videos coming out. Like I said, if you guys haven't joined our week, if you guys haven't watched our weekly pick show, make sure to check it out. It was a lot of fun. A lot of more content coming on the YouTube channel. So thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate everybody's support. This is BabyStarNation.com. Peace out. Stay safe. We'll see you guys in the next one. Stay off for now.